and welcome into Getting Help from Uncle Sam. You know, if you ever see a proclamation, and the governor has quite a few proclamations that she puts out, it's not official until there's another name on there attesting to that proclamation. It's the name of the Secretary of State. We've got the guy that signs it right here, Wes Allen.
Yes, sir.
And you're in your, third year now?
I am. It's hard to believe.
And it's unbelievable, because I remember when you were getting just run for the office.
All right.
We came in and talked, and you've done wonderful things. And of course, you are the chief election officer.
Sure.
But other things come out of that office too, and you try to make them simple.
Right.
Yep.
We do. One way we interface with the public is through our business entities division of our office. So if you get ready to start a new business, Jack, and you want to file your LLC paperwork, that comes through the Secretary of State's office.
Yes.
For your name designation, to make sure nobody else has the name of the company you want to start, all sorts of things. And, you know, I want to be responsive to the people of this state, to the taxpayers, because that's the way I operated when I was a probate judge, you know, in Pike County. You've got to be responsive. And so, like you said earlier, I want to make sure there's a live human being picking up the telephone if you call. If there's ever any stumps in the road that you run into, we want to get those out of the way for you so you can go be successful. And we've got a great team in that business entities division that get up each and every day, answer questions, resolve issues for individuals as it pertains to their business entity and their businesses, small businesses, big businesses. So that's really, really important. We want to be seen as an administration that cuts red tape, that cuts fees. We've been able to do that with the piece of legislation last year that we passed through. There was this annual report that had to be filed with our office. It was just another piece of paper that you had to file with the government with a small fee. We're like,
$35.
you know what?
Yeah.
We don't need it. We can do away with it. And so we cut the red tape and we cut the fee. And we're very proud of that piece of legislation. Very proud of the trajectory of our office and how we operate to be business friendly.
And you've done that, like you say, when we talk about cutting back the red tape, you're already in the process of doing that. When President Trump came in, one of his first things is we're going to cut through everything and make it simpler, especially for a small business. It's hard enough just to run the business, let alone going another piece of paper.
It's one more step. Listen, the people of this state, they're busy with their lives. That's one thing I realize at the local level. They're, you know, going to baseball practice, taking their kids to school, going to the grocery store, going to church on Wednesday night, whatever it may be, is living their lives. They don't need the government to be in their way. And I'm so proud of President Trump and his team that he's put in place to go through all the deregulation, to unleash, you know, our economy, to unleash and make us energy dominant, to make sure that you know, we can get our economy sped back up and have good quality of life.
And your department is basically the record keeper for the state.
Just like I was as the probate judge.
Amen.
I mean,
it's just bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And so you work with all the probate areas right now.
Right. We do.
They come under you, especially during elections.
Well, they're independently elected, so they don't answer to me, but they're so important to their communities. Just like those sheriffs are, just like those circuit clerks are, those revenue, just like all those people are, city council, they're so important. And those individuals really, really make an impact for their people at the local level.
And of course, like we said, you've been almost 3 years in the job. What was the biggest surprise you saw coming in, if there was one?
Well, it's just the 1,000 different duties, official duties that has been assigned by the legislature to that office. It's just, one minute you'll be dealing with elections. The next minute you'll be dealing with trademarks. The next minute you'll be dealing with business entities. The next minute you'll be dealing with whatever it is that comes across the desk. And, you know, with a good team in place, you know, we've been able to really do some really neat things.
Yeah, you need to simplify stuff as much as possible.
Right. Exactly.
Absolutely. And as I mentioned in the other segment, you have an office that's very accessible. If you want information on voting, of course, there's a website, Vote Alabama.
AlabamaVotes.gov.
Alabama Votes.
Right.
Put it the right way, Alabama Votes.
AlabamaVotes.gov.
Put the A before the V.
Right.
and bring it on up there. But if you have any other information on different types of things, call the office. I had one time, my formal name is John, but I go by Jack.
Sure.
So I had, we had a corporation, and one of the corporations had a vehicle stolen, and they finally picked it up and it was at a tower. And we went in there. The paperwork showed one name, and my name on my driver's license showed a different name.
Right.
And it was on the weekend, they didn't know what to do. That person called the Secretary of State's office and found out I was legitimate.
Right.
And so,
Say who you say you are, right?
amen.
You are who you say
That's
you are.
right, that's right.
It's important.
So it's great work that you're doing.
Thank you. Appreciate
And remember this, the Secretary of State's office is here to serve the people of Alabama. They're doing a fabulous job, and we'll be right back right after this.